Hi, my name is Nica. I love to sell stuff online, and today I'm going to take you with me on a listing day to show you all the steps that I take to list my things on Depop, Poshmark, and eBay. So for starters, a little introduction to my shop. I am on Depop, eBay, and Poshmark as Styled by Squeak. You can find me on all of those platforms and on Instagram under the handle @StyledBySqueak. I started posting clothes from my closet that I didn't wear anymore back in 2018, and I've continued selling stuff from my closet ever since. So the first thing I like to do is separate all the clothes that I plan on listing into different piles. I have a need to list right now pile, a can wait for later pile, and a we'll see how I feel about it pile. Not super scientific terms, but that's what we're working with. After everything is piled and sorted, I then start working on my need to list now pile. I get dressed in whatever outfit works for the thing I'm listing. So today I'll be listing skirts. So I put on a pair of tights and a cute plain black top, and we get started photographing. So to photograph, my setup is I have my iPhone facing out towards me on a bunch of books. I like to adjust the height depending on the length of skirt or the length of pant, so the books make it super easy for me to do that. So I set my phone up, I've got my phone connected to my Apple Watch, and then I just stand back and set the timer and start taking photos. I like to take one style shot, so like a cute fun pose. That will be the first photo in the listing. And then I like to take a photo from the right side, straight on, the left side, and straight back. After I take all of the photos of all of the items on my body, then it's time to take detail shots. So for my detail shots, I like to lay out a pillowcase on the floor. Then I lay out my item and I take a good look at it. I'm looking for flaws, I'm looking for fabric issues, anything that I would need to note in my listing for later. I take a picture of the fabric up close so that my buyers can see the color, the detail, or the type of fabric. I take a picture of any details of the piece of clothing, like buckles, cool zippers, side slits, anything like that. And then finally, I take a picture of the tag that shows the brand and the one that shows the size. Sometimes they're on the same one, but other times they're not, so you've got to look. After I've taken all the detail shots I need of all my clothes, next we move on to listing. The listing is very complicated. Everybody does it differently, but for me, the easiest way is to do it on Google Sheets. So I have a master list of all the things that I currently have for sale in my shop, and every single listing description is there. So I have a template, and I copy paste my template to start a new listing. My template includes things like the brand, the size, details, fabric composition, stuff like that, so I don't forget anything important. So once I start listing, I make sure to fill out my whole template, and then I measure the waist and I measure the length. Those are the two measurements that I like to provide, and then in addition, I provide my own measurements so people can kind of get an idea how the garment would fit on me, because they're seeing pictures of it on me, and then how the garment would fit on them with measurements of the garment itself. Once that's done, I weigh my item on a scale so that I can get an idea of how much it might weigh when it's packaged up, and I put that into my Google Sheet. I also put in what price I want to list it at, and I include the date I plan on listing it so that I can tell later how long it took that item to sell. Once I've taken all the photos I need and I have my listing prepped and ready to go, now is the time to finally list the item on the platform. So what works best for me is I like to have my Google Sheets in one tab, and then Depop, Poshmark, and eBay open in 3 other tabs. So it makes it super easy for me to copy my listing and then paste, and then save it. So I can add pictures on my phone later. So once your listing description is copied into the app or the website that you're using and your photos are added, the only thing left to do is hit post, and bam, your item is up on the platform for your buyers to see and buy. I hope you enjoyed this video. I absolutely loved making it and helping you guys out if you want to get into reselling or selling clothes from your own closet. If you want to check out my store, I'm on Depop, Poshmark, and eBay under the username Styled by Squeak. You can also find me on Instagram under the same username, Styled by Squeak. I would love it if you'd check out my Instagram. I have lots of styling and thrifting content over there. I talk a lot more about fashion and beauty. I love to create content around selling clothes and styling clothes, so I hope you stick around.